Too many microphones. Too many microphones. Too many microphones. Do I?
Goodnight, sleepyhead. Well, it's time to go to bed. Say goodnight, sleepyhead. I said goodnight, sleepyhead. Well, it's time to go to bed. Say goodnight,
All right, guys, welcome to season two of Goodnight Sleepyhead. So it's been a long time since we did this.
It has been indeed a long time.
How long has it been?
I think the last time that we filmed anything was in April.
And it's July.
It's
10th.
July 10th right now, so it's been
Yeah.
almost been over 3 months.
What?
Almost 3 months, I think.
But we started our podcast though.
Yes.
So check that link down below if I remember put it down there.
Yes.
Yeah. And we
Remember to put it down.
did
So.
Versus.
We did.
That was a very good. Versus is we take one song by two different artists. Man, my fingers are fat. And then we compare which one we like the best.
Yes.
And last week,
And we want to hear from you.
yes, no one told us but what they liked.
I know. That's what Stu, what happened?
San Diego
It's okay.
Comic-Con going on.
Okay.
So, we did The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down.
That's a great song.
It is.
You know,
And then where are you going?
this is a dream show.
Well, I know, but I just plugging the
Oh, okay.
good,
Well, good. I'm glad that you
plugging
did.
The
The podcast.
Podcast,
Yes.
thank you.
Well, thank you for doing that.
thank you. And we got a new subscriber.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, since we've been gone.
Really?
Junk Ball Media. Check out his link down below. He does some funny reviews.
Very cool. Does he do action figures or just reviews of everything?
Actually, the Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
TREK.
So may the force be with him.
Now we're gonna get all those hate comments.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, was that Star Wars?
I'm not gonna edit that out. So write him hate email. Then how do they write you hate email?
scharwood@gmail.com. You'll have to forgive me. I know a lot of the action figure people, but I'm really not one myself. So my apologies to all the Trekkies out there.
Yeah, thank you.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
That's right.
Well, I hope I've redeemed myself.
You did.
Okay, good.
Okay. So on season 2 of Goodnight Sleepyhead, we are going to talk about same thing we talked about last season, dreams, funny dreams. But I really want to concentrate this season because I have a whole bunch we just never got around to. Nightmares. So you got a lot of nightmares.
I have several, yes.
That's I get them a lot lately.
Yeah, really.
Because of stress.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah, and you have had a lot of stress being with all your work situation and everything.
Yeah, but it's over.
Oh.
I quit. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Thank God for that.
That whole deal, why we had to stop for a while, that's over. So
Yeah.
expect Goodnight Sleepyhead for another week. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you know, we both had our own share of stress during that time. You know, the whole family did, as a matter of fact.
That is true, yeah.
So.
No, that is sad. Yeah.
But
But you ready for go from one downer to another downer? You ready for nightmares? You ready for a nightmare?
I'm ready for a nightmare.
Why don't you go first?
Okay.
This theme for this show, I'm gonna usually we're gonna do something different since it's season 2. I'm gonna this guy here, Steven, is gonna say.
How'd that go again?
Steven, he's gonna say his nightmare, and I'm gonna say my nightmare, but it has a common theme.
Okay.
Stairs.
Yes, I've had a lot of nightmarish dreams about stairs.
Did you, Steven?
Stairs.
I'm only saying that way because that's how my little 1-year-old pronounces Steven.
He's starting to say my name, and that's really sweet.
And it's
so.
Steven.
Okay, but I've had several dreams about stairs.
Stairs?
And most of the
Are
time,
you the master of stairs?
I am not. I am not the stair master. Isn't that an exercise machine? I thought so. Is that the thing that Suzanne Summers was always?
I don't know.
Okay.
But she enjoyed whatever she was doing way too much.
I know. I was never a fan
Yeah,
of
that
Chrissy
wasn't
anyway,
stupid.
so.
No.
I don't remember. No, that's something we ought to say for off topic.
Fridays.
Yes.
Which we'll start soon again.
Yes. But when I was I really don't remember when I had this dream. It was probably within the past maybe 10 years.
10 years.
Maybe. I don't remember when I had it, but I never will forget it.
Mhm.
I was inside our junior high school
In your dream.
in my dream. Emerson Junior High School.
I've been there.
Yes.
'Cause I went to school.
You went there. I was class of 98. So,
I was the class of 1926.
wow.
Mhm. I don't remember when I went. 90, actually. 1990.
But anyway, back to the dream. Okay. I was up on the 3rd floor, and on the top of the 3rd floor, there were 4 staircases.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know why I said that for.
I don't either. But that's
4
okay.
staircases. How many?
That's okay.
It's been a while since we've done this.
Yeah, we may be a little bit rusty here. And on top of that, my nose is really itching right now. So, so pardon me. But anyhow, I was up on the 3rd floor, and there was 4 staircases, one going from each direction. And at the top of the stair, at the top where all the staircases would meet, there was a gigantic square. It all led to this square. And I remember these stairs were long. These were not like a regular size staircase that you would find, well, like in the school.
Yeah.
These were very long, long staircases, and the steps were wide enough where I just remember there was like.
And that building is very old school.
It is
1920s, 30s.
Probably. I honestly don't remember when they built Emerson.
Yeah, it is old. It's old.
So it's a very. Now I know our high school was built in 1911.
Yeah, and
Ain't high.
I'm thinking it was in the 20s.
But yeah, it probably.
Right.
It probably was.
It's on the building.
But what's that?
It's on the building.
Oh yeah, we ought to drive by and look sometime.
Yeah.
So, okay. See you guys. But on these steps, I remember they were almost kind of like. They reminded me a little bit of the oh gosh, help me out, Jason. You remember in the black hole all of the workers that he lobotomized?
Oh yeah.
That Reinhardt lobotomized.
Yeah.
What were they? What did they call those? All I can think of is droids, but it wasn't droids. It was
drones.
Maybe it was
Something like that.
something like that. But they were all
The guys with the Cobra Commander type.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'll put the link down or the word down there.
Okay. I can't. He
I
said
remember.
what they were, but I can't remember what they were. But they were. I remember he would lobotomize them.
Yeah, that's creepy when he
That
pulled the mask off.
That happened to President Kennedy's sister too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Joe Kennedy was a.
Yeah, he
Real-
lobotomized his
I know,
daughter.
that was terrible
What the
of
doctors
him to
did.
do that.
They just thought back then. What year was that? The 50s.
Oh, that was probably.
40s,
I think that was in the 30s.
30s. They just thought lobotomizing people was the way to go. Though.
Yeah, especially those that were mentally handicapped. So that's terrible. That's off the subject though. But I just remember on these steps there were all these. They were workers, and they looked kind of like those. From what I recall, they looked kind of like all those lobotomized creatures in
Black hole.
the black hole.
And they were sitting on the stairs.
Well, no, they were at desks, and I just remember they were all working on computers.
That's some big stairs.
I know.
Wow.
The stairs were wide enough you could sit desks, and on all 4 staircases, they were just placed randomly about the stairs, and they were just working on like a computer or a typewriter or something.
Kind of creepy now.
I know, and I don't even know.
That's why I call these nightmares.
Yeah, I don't even know exactly what they were working on. But at the very top stair, when you got to the, I said they all led to this giant square. When I went to the top and I looked down into the square, and it was nothing.
Oh.
Just the deepest, darkest black
Hole.
pit.
Pit.
Well, it was a square.
Square.
So, but yeah, it was nothing. And if you fell into that, you just fell into nothingness.
Yeah.
It was very creepy. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, that was really disturbing. And then all of a sudden, I remember. I don't remember going down the stairs, but I was on the west side of the building, up on the 3rd floor, by that fire escape on the north side of the building. And I just remember there was nobody up there. It was just me. I was all by myself. There was no life at all in there aside from me. And I was walking north, headed towards the stairwell, and I just remember I could hear the buzzing of the lights.
That's creepy.
The
electronic.
That yeah.
The fluorescent.
Yeah, exactly.
Light.
That's all I could hear. And on the west wall, the closer that I got to the entrance to the fire escape, I remember the lights kind of started to change into a red color. And on the north side of the wall was painted in red. It was Soviet propaganda.
Oh.
And there was a painting of Vladimir Lenin, and there was Russian script. It was like I think it's acrylic is what they call it. But it was all in Russian. I couldn't read it, but it was communist propaganda, and it was all in red, and the lights changed red. So you had this red light shining down upon this very disturbing Soviet propaganda.
That's creepy.
And that was the end of the dream.
What?
So
that's it?
That was it.
That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That scare you?
Oh.
That scared me.
Yeah. Yes, it did. I just remember waking up and just really being terrified because not so much by the Lenin thing,
I think
but
zombie people from the black hole.
That was creepy because I don't know what they were. I mean, they were all the same. They were all doing the same thing. I don't know. Kind of maybe conformity. Being forced to do the very same things. I don't really know.
Weird.
But that black pit, if you fell in there, you were gone.
That's creepy.
You were just, to quote Dr. Emmett Brown, erased from existence.
That's pretty good.
So, thank you. I didn't fall in, though, but I did look in there, and then all of a sudden, like I say, I was up there. I was on the third floor and saw that communist propaganda on the wall. So, communists.
Wow.
So that was one of my scare dreams. I've had at least 2 or 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. That was probably the scariest one I had.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
Well, you're very welcome.
I've
been waiting to tell that one for some time.
But we never had told nightmares before yet.
No, I don't think we
just
have.
On the regular show.
No.
All right, so usually we just okay.
I told one nightmare was that nuclear war dream that I had. That was the scariest dream I ever had.
If I remember, I still laughed.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I felt like my heart was going to beat out of my chest when I woke up from that one. I was sweating. It was terrible.
We have had nightmare episode. Yeah. Very good. Usually we just end the show right here, but since it's season 2, we're going to share one more dream. And I don't think mine's that long. I've told it once since I've had it.
Really?
Letty at work. Because of their lady at work, I always run the dreams by just to time them for the show.
It's good to have an outside source.
Yeah, she listens and
she
critiques
likes us, I guess, or she critiques you.
But I've noticed since we haven't been doing the show, I haven't had that many dreams. It's really strange.
Now, see, when we were doing the show, I wasn't having them, but as soon as we stopped, I've had umpteen, I think. So I just had left and right.
I've really had not too many. Interesting. So I had this in between our hiatus, season 1, season 2. We weren't, we weren't doing anything pretty much.
Well,
but
I'm not a crook.
It's weird because your dream you just mentioned was in a school.
Yes.
Mine was in a school at Emerson too.
That's creepy.
That is weird.
Now, I want to say this just very quickly. All the dreams that I've had about the staircases, they've all been in schools. Every single one of them.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
One was in the high school. There was one in Emerson. And then the very first one I had when I was a little boy was in Adams, where my mom used to teach at Adams Elementary School.
That's an old school, too.
It's a very old school. Yeah.
Weird that mine was in a school also. And I was my age now, but I was in junior high, which kind of sucked. Because I knew. I was thinking, this is not right. But I was going to class. But I was, in my dream, I was following everyone else down the hall. And we were probably on the second floor. And I don't know if it still is or not, but the office is on the second floor.
Oh, yeah. It was on the south side of the building.
Same school. I went to the same school, just different time frame. And so we were walking in that hallway.
Yes.
And then we turned left to go north.
Okay.
Down that hallway.
Yes.
But at the very end of that hallway, you remember how it was kind of the auditorium area?
Yeah.
And that weird empty space.
That's disturbing.
I know my locker was there.
That is.
I hate that.
See,
place.
I never had a locker there, but that was always disturbing. Right in there,
There's
in that
so
little.
much room and nothing there.
I know.
I don't like it.
That's
I still don't like it.
It's creepy.
But in my dream, that space was gone.
Really.
And it was like this really nice wood paneling. And these really high stairs that went up like this. And I mean, they were like super angled. And right across there, I couldn't really make the words out because in dreams you can't really make words out. But I knew it said chapel.
Really?
And I'm like, okay. And it was creepy because everyone was going to because there was 2 stairs that broke off like this.
Right.
Everyone was going to the right, and only one kid went to the left. And I found that very disturbing for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's that kid going? You know, how come he's not going to the right? So I went to the right, and I was looking at the wood. It was really pretty wood. And then I was looking at the big gold letters, which is supposed to say chapel.
Yeah.
So I get up into where the stairs take me, and it's like a very narrow hallway. Then it breaks out into a half gym. That's not in Emerson, but in my dream there was a half of a gym.
A half of a gym.
Not like where you got center court where the basketball is.
Right.
It was just all the way straight through, like you only had half a court, literally half a court.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's weird. And so I'm at the bottom of the half gym, right?
Okay.
And I look up, and there was more stairs.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, oh my gosh. And all the kids were just going up the stairs. So I get up to the really high steps, they go up like this.
Yeah.
And I get up to the middle platform, and there's a statue there. And I'm like,
When you say middle platform, is this like a landing on the stairs? Okay.
Mhm. So it goes up like this,
And there's a landing.
and then it goes back up like this.
Oh, my
There's
gosh.
it goes up more.
Wow.
More stairs.
Wow.
But there was a statue there, and I'm like, what's that statue of? And I get really close, and I'm like, well, obviously this is a dream because I can't read the letters. This kind of sucks. And then I look down, and there was where I was at, going up the stairs at the very beginning, at the very bottom.
Yes.
There was a statue all of a sudden there, and that statue was of Jesus.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, well, who's this guy? Who's this statue of? Because we were supposed to be in the chapel.
Right.
And I'm looking at the second statue, and I said, okay, that's cool. I don't know who that is. And then I look at the very, very next staircase, right, in the chapel.
Yeah.
/ gym, half gym. And it's, there's one kid praying to that statue. And I was like, oh, that's creepy.
Oh my.
One kid. And I'm looking real hard, and I'm like, I want to go up there, but I don't want to go up there.
Yeah.
And I just get this really feeling of dread. So I didn't want to go sit down because all the kids started sitting on the steps there, and they were meditating and praying, to Jesus.
Right.
And to the bottom statue, which you're not supposed to pray to statues or anything.
That's right.
But in the dream, they were meditating, concentrating, toward. Well, me, I'm on that middle part again still. So I sit down next to the middle statue, looking at it and said, I don't know who you are, but I'm not praying to you. And then I just kind of...
Was it a person or a being?
It was a statue of a being.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of like, well, I felt kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm going to go pray down here. So I sit on the very top stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm looking down at the beautiful Jesus statue at the bottom. And, man, we must have been like 4 or 5 stories high. It was way up there. And I was like praying, my hands like this. And I'm like, Lord, I know I'm an old man, but I'm in junior high. This sucks. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I know this is a dream, so I'll just roll with it.
Yeah.
But I had this very weird feeling of the other 2 statues, though. And I'm like, man, this is so weird. And I looked up again, and there's one kid praying to that other statue. And I'm like, but by this time, he was all in white and kind of glowing. So the uneasiness kind of went away, and I'm like, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then the bell rang. Chapel was over, I guess, in school. So everyone started going down the steps,
Right.
going out chapel. I said, okay, that's weird. And then right behind the middle statue, there was this extra door that just came out of nowhere. And all these hoodlums, these thugs, wannabe thugs, came out. And they're like, oh, man, we missed chapel. We're cool, man, because we missed chapel. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. I have to put up that. I deal with juvenile delinquents at work, so I was thinking, I got to deal with these kids in my dream now.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, so I'm going down. They weren't messing with me or anything, going down the steps or anything, but they were just not respecting the area they were in, pretty much.
Yeah.
And everyone was quiet except for them. They're laughing and hooping and hollering, and I kind of already had an uneasy feeling being there, but now I got a really uneasy feeling for these kids behind me. So I get all the way down to the last step,
Right.
and I look at the statue of Jesus, and like I said, it was a beautiful statue, just typical statue. Him like maybe doing something, with his hand up in there.
Yeah.
Kinda-
that.
Kind of Catholic pictures,
Yeah, and there's meanings behind all that too.
Yeah.
I've found a thing on Pinterest that it's cool actually.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So I kind of look at it one more time, and then all of a sudden I turned left, and I was going to go out the door, and those thugs got quiet, and I was like, what happened? And so I turned the other way, and I looked, and all of them are just standing there with their mouth open, their eyes about that big.
Oh my.
And I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? And then I look, and the statue has this kind of like the Weeping Jesus statue in Oklahoma City.
Right.
It's kind of like this.
Right.
And like he did not want to have anything to do with those kids because of the disrespecting the, God and all that. And that was creepy. The statue moved.
Ooh.
Because at first it was like this.
Yeah.
And then it was, when I eventually saw what they were doing and I looked at the statue, they were like this.
Yeah.
And then, that just, in my stomach, in my dream just went, just fell out. Because, for one, statues don't move.
Yeah.
2, disapproving Jesus.
Yeah.
And then I remember looking more to my left here, and there was like a statue of a lamb that was way over here, way away from Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me a creepy feeling. Then I woke up in sweats.
Wow.
I was not like sweats, not pants sweats, but sweats.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like my nuclear war dream. I was sweating when I woke up.
Yeah, so
Wow, that's
it's very creepy.
That's a creepy dream.
I've only had that once.
Wow.
But I don't know what any of that means, though. The upper statue.
Yeah, I was
going
to
to
say, did you ever find out what that?
No, I never did find out about that. But
Strange.
I kind of think maybe that upper statue had something. God says to go through. Jesus said, to go through God, you got to go through Him.
Yeah.
I think that's what
the
that.
Son to get to the Father.
I think that's what that upper statue was. Because eventually it was all in white.
Could have been.
He was just by himself.
Yeah.
Middle statue, I'm not too sure what the middle statue was. But then the bottom statue was, Jesus.
Yeah. Wow.
Woo.
Maybe that was the Trinity.
Maybe the middle one was the Holy Spirit.
Could have been.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. That's a very interesting dream, Jason.
And creepy.
Yes. Stairs.
So that's a very different episode for us. And we're going to do more creepy. I have tons of creepy dreams.
Yeah. You probably have more than I do.
We just never got around to them.
Yeah.
But
we will, though.
So how do we get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me at scharwood@gmail.com.
And you can get a hold of me at... Oh, I got a new email. I know.
Really?
I do not remember what it is, though.
Oh, gosh. I can remember our earliest episodes of this and the podcast where you kept saying, I promise I'll have a new email.
Yeah, I do have one.
Wow.
Link down below. I think, it's Goodnight Sleepyhead Show @gmail.com.
Very cool.
So, link down below.
Yes.
And, do you like my shirt?
That is a really cool shirt.
Can you guys see that?
Look at that. It's a good.
It says Goodnight Sleepyhead.
Yeah.
You know where you can get one of these at?
Where can you get one of those at?
Nowhere.
Oh.
Just for me.
Nobody needs a picture of a man stoned away in a casket. Nobody needs a picture of a man stoned away in a casket.
Works.